Hello my friends, you are joining me for part 8 of my System Shock walkthrough. There's a monkey. Just like to start by thanking WTF Pantera for pointing out that SS2 YouTube videos can now be 15 minutes long. Sounds like there's a sentry gun, a security camera ahead. I'm saying all the wrong words today. I'm gonna shoot it in the face. This is the scariest bit of the whole game. These friggin' cargo bays. Nothing scares me quite as much because there are all these big doors and lots of darkness and robots that want to help me die.
This is Xerxes. Can you not feel the glory of the flesh? Do you not yearn to be free of the tyranny of the individual?
It's really cool to hear the cold, monotone computer voice asking me if, I'm interested in joining the many. There's a robot. That took a lot of very precious armor-piercing bullets. I could have probably, well, not probably, but I could have possibly charged him and meleeed him, but I'm just going to play it safe.
Hi there. Please make your selection.
I really like that voice. Makes me want to buy something. Now I have a really rubbish old monitor, and even using the NVIDIA desktop settings to alter the brightness for DirectX stuff, it's still really dark. So if I'm standing right in front of something that you can see and I can't see it, it's just because my monitor just can't get that bright. More flickering lights. There's some pretty good variety in the corpses. There are, headless ones and armless ones and both genders and different clothes. Now, there's some items down here. I never collect them because this has the stink of a trap to it. So, so I always just... There's a lot of robots. I suspect destroying one might destroy all of them by the blast of the explosion. But I'm just going to run away instead. I think there's a really great contrast between the polite, helpful manner and slightly campy manner as well, because there's a little C3PO in there. But yeah, between their desire to be, or their ostensible desire to be helpful, and the fact that they blow you up. It's a very cool enemy. It's now that I think about it, the Portal sentry guns are quite reminiscent of these fellows.
I'm sure this is just what you were looking for. Right away, sir. This is just what you were looking for. I'm sure this is just what you were looking for.
That was well done, if I do say so myself. Now the glowing green of this box of nanites has given it away. I can vault up. vaulting, as I mentioned in an earlier episode, is from Thief, and it's just, I don't know if it was something that was deliberately left in, but it's just one more cool little thing in the game that makes it unlike everything else out there. Now that crate is actually a crate I hacked earlier. That's just a hole in the floor down to the level below where I've already been. There's a monkey, there we go, monkey. And another great corpse. I can't make out the details of that corpse, but I'm sure it's wonderful. I'm just checking for stuff hidden on top, because I'm aware of many secrets in this game, but I'm sure there are still many others I've never found. There's a monkey. I like that I have to research a monkey brain to figure out that smacking him in his exposed brain will do more damage.
They aren't making this easy for us, are they? I miss you. I know it's stupid, but I do. I think I'll wallow in self-pity for an hour or so, and then rate you again. Figures. I have to travel 67 trillion miles to meet a man. Once you're transferred to the Von Braun, everything will be better. I'll be better. I promise. Great.
It might be hard to get a sense of it, but there are many plot lines that run throughout the entire length of the game. That was one of them, the two lovers. This is proving to be quite a hard hack. I think I may have to try one of the red nodes and risk a critical failure which would set off the alarm.
Security system.
Okay, that was scary moments, but it looks like I have prevailed.
A laboratory worker from MedSci called me down to the vivisection room yesterday. He felt the lab chimps were exhibiting uncommon intelligence. I sat with him for 4 hours and tried to probe it with the cyan from a beta-4 cycle. It failed to respond. I, of course, assumed it was because it was incapable of reacting to the sophisticated beta-4 cycle. But then, I realized it was blocking the probe intentionally. As soon as I raised the cyan to attack it, the creature lashed out with its arms and projected a cryokinetic field towards me, paralyzing my arm. I immediately side-dampened the monkey and then stunned it with an electric prod.
It's really cool the way they just casually mention psionic stuff.
Taking precautions, I proceeded with further experiments. Since we've reached Tau Ceti, creatures have gotten smarter and somehow gained limited psi abilities. I probed another subject with a beta-5 cycle and sensed many things, but mostly an incredible empathy. The chimps have become acutely aware of their own history, of the vivisections and experiments that have been performed on them while on board the Von Braun. They have anger, and they are ready to express it. Clearly, they are both a fascinating scientific resource and an incredible security risk. My recommendation? Either freeze them in cryo-storage for the remainder of the mission, or liquidate them immediately. Who knows what other abilities they'll acquire.
Due to the tenuous situation as of late, I've ordered security defense turrets placed at key locations. Yesterday one went off accidentally and critically injured crewman Wells. However, somebody must have tampered with the Xerxes security subsystems, because now my technicians are unable to take them offline. Until we get to the bottom of this, I've ordered all security turrets recalled to storage. But now I can't get in touch with the team I sent out to do the recall.
The way they just casually mention psionic abilities and stuff using phrases that they don't explain, but we don't need to really understand in detail what they mean. It has the feel of a very well-crafted world that we're exposed to without being spoon-fed. Now I've screwed up getting those nanites. I would like them, but I'm not really willing to risk the health loss. There's a sentry gun here. It's deactivated because I've hacked security. I haven't shown it yet, quite deliberately, because it did make it quite hard for me. If I were to set off an alarm somehow, lots of enemies would spawn and come after me. And if you're really good at the game, it's actually possible to abuse that, at least in the early stages of the game, by just killing them all, because enemies will tend to drop items like health hypos and other similar items, and you can, nanites as well, you can get lots and lots of items by abusing the easiness of the earliest crowbar hybrids, or pipe hybrids rather. I don't do that. Well, these robots are coming after me, and I'm just running for my life. And now, while I have the security settings off, rather than going to Cargo Bay 2, I'll come after this because there's a sentry here that's quite difficult to take down. I'd like to destroy it as quickly as possible. There's a monkey sniping at me with its psi powers. Okay, not much finesse, but I've done it.
Stay where you are, Beck. I mean it. This isn't something you can fight. This isn't something you can run from. If you love me, you won't come looking for me. I won't let you down.
Oh yeah, I pointed out in another episode that cigarettes increase psi while decreasing health. As someone correctly pointed out in one of my previous episodes, cigarettes don't actually increase psi in System Shock 2. Sorry, I didn't make a note of the name of the person, but yeah, I was wrong about that.
She knows the access code to Fluidics Control. I'm gonna make my way over to Cargo Bay 2 to find her.
It is lost to us.
Something that it's kind of hard to get an impression of while playing the game, but the audio logs clearly implies that this ship is like as big as a city, and there are hundreds of people on it, and it's entirely possible, hundreds if not thousands, and it's entirely possible for the for people to become, you know, to go missing, to become out of touch. And it's a pity that just the ship itself isn't bigger to give that impression as well.
Not me. No way. They're not gonna get me. They're not gonna change me. Rachel, kids, I'm sorry.
I don't think I need to really say anything about that.